Lawrence, we are back. So yeah, this time we're back and
We are
stronger
back,
than ever.
stronger than ever.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing okay. It's
Excellent.
things are fine. What can I say?
Well, that's good. That's good for me too. There was a little thunderstorm right here in Hamburg, right
Right.
this moment. Yeah. So, but
What,
here's
just now?
yeah,
Just
just
now?
now. But you don't hear anything in this
Can't
studio.
hear
It's like
anything. No.
pretty
Well,
pretty nice and silent.
I remember the thunderstorms. I lived there for many years, and I remember it can get very wet in Hamburg, as we know.
It can. And last week was a thunderstorm. I was at my family's place, and
Okay.
my at my father's place, and he has a wooden house, so it's entirely
Okay.
made out of wood. So
Okay.
this was super close to thunderstorm, and the walls were shaking, and the glass too, and a picture fell from from the wall. So we were
I
like,
can
"Oh
imagine.
wow, what the
Yes.
heck is going on here?" Anyway,
Yes.
let's talk about other things which are
Chess.
falling into place. Oh, just got the curve. Let's talk about chess, exactly. Do you want to
Chess,
start?
baby.
You are my guest. What shall we start with?
Yeah, so we can start with. So there've been a few interesting stories this week for sure.
Indeed.
Let's start with the story of the young talent. I don't know if we can call him a prodigy just yet. That's completely unclear to me, but certainly he's a serious talent, and that's the young Tani Adewumi.
Hmm. Okay, go for
Yes.
it.
So I mean, this young man, he's 10 years old. He's from a Nigerian family. You can see his family on the homepage there.
Cute.
He's I believe they're refugees because obviously there's a lot of things happening at home in Nigeria, and they were living in a homeless shelter, and now kind of managed to literally it's a rags to not rags to riches story just yet. I mean, but it's certainly an inspiring and wonderful story,
Uh-huh.
which is basically that he's seriously talented at chess. He's an immense talent. There was a GoFundMe page set up for him, and they raised a lot of money for him. And since then, he's been going from strength to strength in his chess exploits. He's now, I believe, a national master. He's extremely funny and clever. He's been, on various media, various interviews, and the like. And he's a real charismatic young boy.
Hmm.
He's even got a book out called My Name is Tani and I Believe in Miracles, which obviously discusses this incredible story, which was he came from absolutely zero, and I mean literally zero, to where he is now. And of course, the question is, he's a national master at chess. He's about 2150, 2200, I think, at the moment.
Hmm.
And of course, the big question is, is he going to be an uber talent, big enough to make, to be a, let's say, one of the very few African grandmasters out there, right?
Hmm.
Or Afro-American now, depending on, if he's going to be, if he's playing under the US flag, which I believe he is. Of course, there's Maurice Ashley, and I believe he's in touch with Maurice, and
Must be,
yeah, so he has the connections, and his story is wonderful. And what can we say except we wish him the best of luck? It gives us all inspiration, of course, to be able to, hopefully one day, achieve things that we didn't think were possible, basically, right? So, I mean, for him to even get to have a book out, to be on national television, to have all the exposure, to have coaching lessons from some of the best in the world, I mean, it's really special. I mean, it truly is very, very, very special.
Interesting.
Yeah, we wish him all the best, and I can't wait to follow his journey. I mean, it's just one of those it's a fairy tale story,
Yeah.
nothing less.
Morris is involved in a lot of this at the moment. I mean, he has his own podcast, of course, or show where he's looking at young talents. And so this is the thing, or like a pattern which I've recognized the second time now in a short amount of time, because not long ago there was this other Wunderkind we were talking about, to become the youngest grandmaster of all time.
Oh, the Indian kid.
Exactly, who's also under the American flag too. And there's
Mishu Abu.
I forgot his name, unfortunately.
Yeah, I forgot his name as well. I can't pronounce it.
But there's a big chance we will never forget his name in a couple of years.
Yes.
Anyway, so this is the second. So here's GoFundMe. Then there was the Kickstarter, or it's like Indiegogo or something like this, where there's kind of a crowdfunding where people go like, "Hey, listen, we want to, or I want to have this feeling that I'm giving a child a chance to become something special by putting in a little bit of money, because for me it's fine, and the child can have a chance of his lifetime if ever. And then maybe a couple of years later the child is one of the greatest players of the world, and then you remember once you put in a little bit of effort or money into this, I was part of this and I'm happy about that." So this is the pattern I recognize, and actually there was loads of comments about it from the last time, about people going a bit getting angry about that. Why would I spend money for that and stuff like this? And that of course I do not really agree with the idea that you should get angry about something, and I always like to where you don't have to participate in it. It always gives me the example of Ricky Gervais.
I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people are just very bitter, very sour for no particular reason, right? I mean, it's just a very sad state of affairs, basically.
It is a bit. Ricky Gervais has this example, or this nice example, where there's the guy walking through the streets, and then he sees on the pole giving guitar lessons, €20 an hour, pick a number. So this guy picks a number, calls him immediately, and he says, "Hello, yes, how can I help you?" And he says, "I don't want guitar lessons."
Where was that from, actually?
It's from Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, but I can't remember exactly where that's from.
I think it's from one of his sketches. He just had it as a stand-up in one of his shows.
Okay.
Yeah. So guys, this is a child who has a big chance to fulfill his dreams. He's come very, very far already. Why not? Why not? It's
great. Let
it be. It's helping chess. It's a good thing. If you don't like it, that's fine too. It's fine. It's not for you.
If you don't like it, you don't have to comment. Exactly. You know, you don't have, I mean, it's just, let the kid be. He was from he's from nothing, and if you're commenting from Germany or you're commenting from wherever about, we're so blessed.
Yes.
Right. So let's just let the kid, let's see where he gets, and good luck to him. That's all I can say. Good luck to him.
Here we go.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Fritztrainer tournament.
Yes.
Because, I've been working on it for a long time. There's exactly almost just a different shirt. I cannot get the same pose. Happiness, because this tournament was one of the nicest things I've done as a project this year. It was so cool and nice, because mainly because of the five guys around here. So that's Rustam, Michael, Robert Ries, Daniel King, and Marijn van Delft. So those four, Rustam Kasimdzhanov, Robert Ries, Michael Marijn, and Marijn van Delft, they were competing against each other. It was a double round tournament. The twist, or the fun thing, was that it was a theme tournament with their own Fritz trainers. So each of them.
Oh, right. Okay.
So they had, but it was also random. So at points they were playing against their own opening, which they were studying for a while, and they were playing the wrong color or something like that. But first of all, I appreciate that everybody agreed on those terms, although difficult. It's very difficult. It's very random, and the element of luck is big in something like this. And it is blitz too, so 5 minutes plus 3 minutes increments. You just make mistakes, but all were brave enough to participate. I love this. Daniel,
brave enough. I mean, these guys. I mean, yeah. What have they got to lose? A bit of pride.
Yes, but this is you're right, Lawrence. And this is a thing also which I wanted to talk about because, of course, there were also some other players which I was sending this format, and some of them said like, I actually don't feel like I would like to be part of it. Others had just business
That's
to do, of course, but
yeah.
But the main idea was, I mean, they openly said like, I actually don't want to lose. It's not so. I don't.
That's interesting.
Feel like this. Yes, it is, and I understand this too, because of course the wrong people might take this the wrong way. That if you lose in a tournament, or if you're not getting first, or if you're the last place, then you go like, oh, okay, well that's not a good player, which is absurd. These are masters. It's like there's no doubt they were playing absolutely great games, and I would like to take a look at one of yours, one of the games with you, and you can give your take on it. By the way, yeah. So this is the video. You click on it. It's I cut it together on YouTube. It's 2 hours of length, but it is actually once you start watching it, it's hard to watch away because it's fun, and they're talking about. Merain speaks about his playing housemates, which are Nico Zwirs and Lennart Uths, which I didn't know. And everybody has a little bit of a story, and they're all just... Rustam talks about Yekaterinburg too. Daniel was asking him. So, yeah. And go on. No, I just wanted to say, each round I randomly chose Fritztrainer, and everybody had to play them. And yeah, McCutcheon was in the first round, and Michael Marin English in the second round, and so on. So what is one of your favorite openings in general?
Wow. I mean, I've got a lot of favorite openings.
Sure. And you made a lot of nice Fritztrainers too.
Yeah, like if we're looking at my Fritztrainers, the Albin themed tournament would be amazing to have.
Oh, I'm actually, I will make it happen. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, when we finally get a time where I can do it, for sure. So the Albin counter Gambit. What else? Smith Mora Gambit, maybe.
Smith Mora Gambit. What are the starting moves?
The Smith Mora, it's like e4 c5 d4 c takes d4 c3.
Okay. I will go to the Najdorf in this case because it goes a little in this direction. For some reason, yeah, Marin, of course, has the Netherlands flag too here. It is not like this. And he has a different rate. All of them have a different rating, of course.
But Marin won the tournament. I mean, it's amazing. It's a big result, actually. I mean, he's the bottom seed.
He was the bottom seed. Everybody thought Kasimdzhanov wins it. And to
win that tournament is actually very special, no?
Absolutely, it was, yeah. He said he was lucky. He was just very humble. The nicest thing about all of this, it really didn't matter because all of us had like a good time and fun. So I'm just happy we had this, and it's worth watching it. Let me take a look with you at one of my favorite games, which was Merain and Robert Ries. So Merain was actually the only one who didn't have more than one Fritztrainer, and it wasn't even
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither. I thought he had plenty, but he has his own show here. He has so much to do with ChessBase. And when I had this interview, I remembered I had the Meet the Fritztrainer interview with him, and he said like, well, this was on his bucket list for years and years and years, and he finally managed to do this. So it was like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, because what's interesting, and Ryan used to live in Hamburg, right? For many, I mean, we're talking about 10 years plus.
Played for Hamburg too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so he chose, so he got a wild card. If he is chosen, he can decide, and he decided to play the Najdorf. And till here, I think. Or was it one more move? No, a6.
Until a6, yeah, the starting position of the Najdorf.
Yes. And then he quickly chose to play g4. So Meren is one of those players which I also asked, what is your favorite opening as black? He said Sicilian. What is your favorite opening as white? He said Sicilian. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if he's black or white. He just loves the Sicilian, which is interesting. So he has played. He knows about this opening very well. And I think Robert was. He said he didn't play this one that often, but it was a beautiful game with a big fight on both ends. So yeah, of course, the black plan is to build up a little bit pressure on the open C file, and white in the meantime is pushing the pawns forward or to the king. So there's the pressure.
This looks like one of those Najdorfs that it's an interesting one, because it looks as though the position is kind of acceptable for black because white hasn't got any open files on the king side. But actually, it's one of those positions where white's queen side position is so solid, and the fact that g5, some form of g5, h5, g6 is coming, and you have no light squared bishop here as black, this position is probably close to losing for black, actually. I would say that this position is very, very, very bad for black. I don't know the exact assessment, but it doesn't feel like your typical Najdorf kind of position where you have serious counterplay.
True.
Black is much faster than black's. For example, after g5, as per the game, g5, knight c5. Yeah, he didn't go queen f5. I guess because he didn't want to. If we go forward, yeah, g5, knight c5, queen f. Queen f5 is logical, but he didn't do it because he didn't want to allow g6. If you play queen f5, if you go back here,
yeah, sure.
If you play queen f5, so I mean, it's very logical that he didn't play this because he was worried about g6.
Yeah.
By black, and then when the queen moves, let's say queen to g4 or something like that, then he was worried about some discovery against the c2 point. But actually, after a move like knight a, you can just go rook c1 or bishop e4, and actually you're probably going bishop e4 against any knight move, and then you're going h5. So the reason why queen f5 is clever is because when black plays g6, you are now forcibly able to open the h file with h5, and once the h file opens, it's all over for black.
Good point, Lawrence.
Yeah, so this is what's called a hook, right? So playing queen f5 g6, that's called creating a hook to hook onto, right? So you can play h5 and there's your hook.
Do you still accept students, by the way?
I do, actually. I might need some more soon. So going in the markets, I might have to give that up. Yeah, so that's basically it.
Nice one.
Yeah. So what actually happened? You went queen e2. Okay.
Queen e2. Yeah. What I liked, or what was interesting for me, was that those black pawns, they were a weakness. They didn't help at all. They were blocking the open lines, of course, and they were just far too far away to give any threats at that moment. So this wasn't helpful. So he tries to push them a bit forward, and then the opening with f4 came. Yeah. Very defensive move, bishop to c1.
He had to defend c2.
So yes, exactly. That is happening with the queen, exactly. Yeah, I was always seeing like this beautiful spot with c3 with the knight. So, yeah. And,
but knight c3 never really works, right? Do we just take it? So, yeah, so rook f4. Now white has got everything because the rook's coming to f1. This is just catastrophe. Yes. This is just, so bishop f8. I guess he goes rook f1. Yeah. Rook e8.
Queen gets attacked. And then
there was one tactic. Check that tactic out. That's quite nice, the tactic here. So if rook e8, queen takes b5. So
wait, b5. Okay. Ah, yes.
No. It's black to move.
Oh, oops, sorry.
So rook e8.
Ah, okay. Rook e8 and now queen b5.
Rook e8, queen b5, and Yeah, and now the point is knight c3 check is a cute little tactic. Because now the...
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So you're forking, and now you can... Exactly. Now you can win the queen.
That is very cute, yeah?
Yeah.
That is nice. Well spotted.
So that's why, yeah, so Marine didn't fall. I mean, Robert is a very tricky little player, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, he can set the traps. So Queen F2 was played by Marine.
Oh, yeah. Queen F2.
Sense, yeah.
Power on this file.
Rook
has to
F7, and now H5 makes a lot of sense. But Black does get the bishop to G7, which is very useful, of course. H6.
Yeah, so Daniel suggested bishop to E5, and I agree with
logical
him.
Move.
Yeah,
bishop E5 is super logical, actually.
Would have been better.
To be honest, you know, Robert has done very well to get this position, I think. I think he was in bigger... Probably White had some better ways to play. Yeah, I think Black is actually okay here. Objective. I mean, yeah, bishop H8 also is possible. I mean, I don't see it being unless there's some bishop H3, rook takes F7, bishop E6 coming. That's what I would be looking at.
Yes.
So
and then this one.
Oh, rook F6, very move. That's a very, very cute move, actually.
It is so nice, and I recently had the course with Svetlana Demchenko, who is my kind of coach and your coach too. So if you haven't watched it yet, it is really interesting because she was mentioning a game between Tal and Petrosyan and how to defend in a good way. And she showed the example where Petrosyan is actually sacrificing his rook to gain control over the game. And
right. So Petrosyan. So that famous example was an exchange sacrifice. Rook to E6, his famous rook to E6 move. I think you're talking about.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So that one was a bit different because that was to. That was a defensive exchange sacrifice to gain control. This is.
You're just simply not allowed to take because you're checkmate.
Exactly. This one is just actually bishop takes F6 isn't even a move.
But then again, it also is this beautiful defense because
there is something there. There is something there.
Yeah.
I mean, something similar, but not quite. Yeah, agree.
So more pressure on C.
Bishop B.
It's taboo, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't take knight C5. Now he wants to wait. Just bishop to G2.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Black is a little bit out of plans because this is just shut down here.
Right.
So unfortunately, then Robert, also in a little bit of time trouble, he mentioned he played like one of the oldest, although he was the youngest in the field because he was always in time trouble. And then, he played this.
C3 doesn't really work, yeah?
It doesn't really work. No.
He had to repeat. He had to go back to A4, I think, or play some move like pawn to B4 or something. But yeah, this doesn't work. Bishop F6, GF6.
Yeah. And now those pawns are just such a pain.
Yes.
They can never really get away, or at least for a long time, they cannot get out of there. So, I'm just playing down the last couple of moves because that was the crux of the game.
Rook C6 is nice, yeah.
Yeah, Rook 6. Yeah, Marine was, and he was playing, a really good tournament. Just like that. He was defending well. He was also attacking very nicely.
And this was a 5+2 game, right?
A 5+3 even, yeah.
5+3, but even this is really good chess.
It is. By all of them. So all of them definitely did a very nice job in presenting themselves. And now checkmate is there. Yeah. Oh. Guys, look at the games. Even if there's one or two of your openings, it's worth checking it out. And also, getting those Fritz trainers. For example, this is immediately what I got. The pros and cons of the two knights Traxler defense. That was very interesting too, because Kasimdzhanov played. No, that's not Kasimdzhanov. Sorry, that one it was. So no, it was. Where is it? Was it this one? Yes, this it was. Sorry for that.
The Traxler.
Yes.
Wow. I've never actually. Wow. Do you know what? I've never actually seen that move.
And you know what Kasimdzhanov said after?
What did he say?
There is no other move for white than d4.
Wow.
He said it in, and Robert Rees said, yeah, gives white the best chances. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
That is interesting, right?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know this move even existed, to be honest.
Yeah, and it took me by surprise too. You can see it in the video too. Anyway,
yeah.
I don't want to hack on this for too long, but yeah, this was just I put a lot of heart and soul in it, and I couldn't have been happier about the end result. So yeah,
that's awesome. That's fantastic.
And next time, I hope you're in too, Lawrence.
Yeah, I really hope. Do you know what? Actually, is it on? When's the next one?
Oh, I don't know. I have to plan a lot for that. Yes. But it will happen at one point, sure.
It will happen, sure. Let's go to the next one then.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll go to, let's very quickly talk about this no castling chess online tournament.
Absolutely.
So this concept of no castling chess is kind of an extension of Fischer Random, where Vladimir Kramnik, of course, former world champion, has basically, I'm not sure if he was the originator of this concept, but he's certainly the biggest name pushing it, this concept thing in chess, where you can't castle, all of the other rules are the same. It's a very interesting variant because obviously a lot of common opening principles just don't work because castles happens in so many openings, right? Yep. So, it's an interesting format, and there's going to be, in connection with the Dortmund tournament, which is a tournament, of course, I know very well. I've been there many times. I was even managing Fabiano. Our first tournament together when I was managing was in Dortmund 2015 or 16, so about 5 years ago now.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. And so Dortmund is teaming up, and you can play in this tournament. And I believe, can anybody play? I think anybody can play. It's being played on Lee Chess. Mm-hmm. Is interesting, of course. And yeah, I mean, you have to be on Zoom, and it's that sort of thing.
I think everybody can.
Yeah. You can see all of the rules there on that page in front of you, so you can read it. And if you win, I think you get a ticket to the here we go. The overall winner will be invited to participate in the 49th International Dortmund Chess tournament when it's back live, which is amazing. The Dortmund tournament, if you win that, you get a breakfast, hotel, and you'll get to play like basically against 5 2700s. Obviously, obviously the winner is going to be a very strong grandmaster. Let's just especially when there's Zoom, there's going to be no funny business. But I actually think, when does it start?
In July, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might give it a go.
Oh, please, Lawrence, and then we will talk about.
That would be funny, huh?
Oh, that would be so cool. But would you really do this? You would have to put so much effort.
Well, no, I mean,
into learning to play chess now without castling.
Yeah.
The computer doesn't help very much. You always have to put in no castling allowed, no castling allowed.
I'm sure that Vladimir has already created some version of what he considers best theory.
Has to, probably, yes.
For sure.
So what do you think about it? What do you think about no castling?
I think it's interesting. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just another way for us to branch out from a world of chess dominated by engines and open operation.
Sure.
And it's just another interesting variance where my instinct tells me, Arne, that using the H pawn is going to be crucial in no castling chess. So playing openings where you go H4, H5, in order to be able to put the king F1, king G1, find some safety for that king on G1. Again, I don't know much more. I've never played it, so I can't really comment on it.
Yeah, it's funny. To be honest, I haven't even taken a look at a game
No.
yet. There were some. Here's the links. There's a little bit of no
There's an
casting.
official site, yeah, and there's an interview which could be
Let's
very.
quickly go there. I just want to see. I think there was one game. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, it has to be somewhere else. Was it this one? No, that's this one. No, that's another one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, and by the way, Kramnik and Dortmund, just so you know, so it makes a lot of sense that there's the connection with Dortmund, because I think Vladimir Kramnik is the player that's played in Dortmund the most in history. In fact, I'm sure of it. And I think he's been there something like 20 times to Dortmund. Crazy. I mean, he's been there pretty much every year since its inception. So it's very impressive, of course. So yeah. So, but that what I also wanted to say, it's very nice that the Dortmund tournament is kind of creating something a bit novel. The one issue I had with Dortmund over the years is that it was always a bit old school, too old school. In ways. You know what I mean? Not having like, you know, the most up-to-date live broadcasting and this sort of stuff. And it was all, there was something of, I mean, it's nice to have the old-fashioned things still around, right? It's still nice to have that. But, you know, I felt as though they were lagging slightly. But it's nice that they're now starting to be a bit more open to these new ideas. So
yeah,
great.
true thing. Nice one. Nice one indeed.
Yep.
So what shall we talk about here? Komodo Dragon 2 is here.
Oh, that's your one. Okay, the Komodo Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, let's quickly just take a look at it, because there's a couple of interesting facts and things. Larry Kaufman is the grandmaster from the US who has been working on this title, and I'm saying grandmaster to Larry Kaufman because he became a grandmaster, I think, either in his 50s or 60s.
Really, I didn't actually know that.
Yes, me neither.
Oh well.
I hope I'm correct with this. I will have an interview with him soon, so maybe he can confirm it. So that's interesting. So he's been dealing with chess. He never let go of it, and he besides the neural network, which you can also find in Fat Fritz too. Interesting about it that they've been focusing on a new search variation, which is called the Monte Carlo. Wait a second, there's a name for it. Monte Carlo search tree, I think.
Yes.
I think that's the name. Monte Carlo tree search, like that. So it can evaluate positions pretty fast and find the correct moves. And it also concentrates, just like Fat Fritz has done it too, with being using Grandmaster games and games which have been played millions of times, which have been proven to be good openings. It has been put into a humanized version. So you can play the chess engine and find moves against humans better than computer moves, which are so-called computer moves. So that's very interesting too. So he talks about it a bit here. Very humble. He just says also the best move is not always the best, because a good move can be something different, leading to a better move a bit later on stuff like that. So just, very briefly.
I haven't read the article. I'll have to read it. It looks actually very, very interesting.
It is. Yeah, it's worth reading it. And I'm looking forward to the interview with Larry, because, something very fascinating about this man. I don't know him that much, but I mean, even that he made a chess engine is always something where I'm like, wow. I mean, there's this movie, probably you've watched it, Chess Computers.
No.
Is it called Chess Computer? I think it's called Chess Computer. It's a movie from 2016 or something like that. It's in black and white.
Okay.
And it's an homage to the 80s or early 80s, where the people were competing in a computer chess club against each other.
Right. Okay.
It has a super weird humor. It's hilarious. It's over the top with the nerdiness and the people who are attending there. It's a very artistic movie, and with
What was that? What year did that movie come out?
I think 2013 or 2016, something like that. Chess Computers or something. Just very simple name. Great movie. Actually, yeah, everybody who likes chess computers and chess should really watch it. So yeah, my film tip of the week, chess computer. Anyway, yeah, Komodo Dragon 2. Yeah, we got yeah, of course it was the discount day on Monday, Tuesday.
I did tweet it. I hope that you took advantage, guys. 25% off everything.
Yes.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's an annual thing, and it's always good if you want to buy big bunch of things. This is always where I have my sites where I'm buying things. Bandcamp for music, for example, and Udemy for courses to get things done. And every time I buy here and there because I just like it. But then when there's like this big sale day, I'm just buying a bunch of it, whatever it is. Yeah, that was quickly it. Komodo 2 Dragon, if you haven't noticed yet, good chess engine. Might want to try it out. But first read the article. Yeah, nice thing. Lawrence, give me one last one. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
because I already put a bit too much time into my article.
We'll talk about, because it's this one about the game. There's a tournament going on at the moment in Chartres. Yeah, it says So Familiar Elite, which is changed as of today. But this is basically a tournament where it's an over the board tournament, and you can see that young man there.
Cute.
Yeah. Good, cute young. I mean, he's 14 years old. I've known about him probably for 4 or 5 years already. Oh. His name is Andrea Margotsi, and he's the next big French talent. He's actually from Corsica. Huh. So he's from the island of Corsica. He's not from the French mainland.
Ever been there?
Yeah, I've been to Corsica twice.
Why?
And there was a fantastic tournament that took place there. Huh. Every year. Obviously, with COVID, that's been cancelled. But at the moment, things are more or less normal. I'll be going back to Corsica. I love Corsica.
Interesting. Okay.
Napoleon was born in Corsica, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Marc-André Maruzzi he's a French IM. He's 14 years old. He's 2489 rated already. But after this tournament, he's probably going to be 2,500 already. He's probably already broken the 2,500.
Almost certain. Yeah, at the moment he has 6 out of 7, and the last game is he just needs a draw to win the tournament, actually. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, so...
Here it is. Here's the table from... Yeah. Let's go to the German side quickly.
Yeah, let's go to the German side.
Because there it is already there.
Yeah, exactly.
Pardon, guys, but we just want to the German side and the English side. They differ because they have two different chief editors, both great people, and sometimes the English side is first with an article, and then the translation is for the German, and vice versa. So that's Germans were a bit quicker in this case. So this is the actual before the last round right now.
Exactly. So we now have this. We have this cross table, and the situation is clear. Andrea Margotsi has got a score of 6 with 1 round to go, which is a huge score. 6 out of 9.
6 out of 9, not 6 out of 7. What I said before. Sorry for that.
Sorry, it's not. It's 6. It's not. It's 6 out of 8. Sorry, they haven't played. It's a 9-round tournament. There are 10 players.
Yes, jeez.
He's on 6 out of 8, and basically the situation is very clear. His performance is 26-41, and so he's going to need a draw most likely in the final round. 6.5 is probably enough to get the GM norm. I don't know how many norms he actually has at the moment, but clearly. A draw is probably going to be enough, and he'll get his GM norm. And he's going to be a grandmaster in basically no time. I mean, this kid is extremely talented. He's going to be over 2,500. And look at the field he beat. Some seasoned grandmasters.
Yeah.
David was in there. De Boise, very seasoned grandmaster. Glenn Fleer, my countryman who's been living in France for, I don't know, the better part of 30 years now. French wife. Yeah,
Didn't
he's
know that.
probably more than 30. I mean, he's got a French wife, French kids.
Okay.
Older in their at least late teens and maybe even early 20s. And then there are some other guys that I don't know well. Cameron Shirazi is kind of quite well known, but he doesn't play chess professionally. This kid, Luis Lusau, the fifth one.
But
yeah.
what does he do?
I don't know, actually.
Okay.
I don't know what Shirazi does. This is a younger guy, Lusau, 24.55. Sophie Millier is at a fantastic tournament as well. Out to Sophie, who is having a really nice tournament. She's in third position, performing at 25.55, which is, clearly, a very strong performance for her.
And she plays against Glenn in the last round.
Yeah, and she won't be too upset to play against Glenn in the last round either, it seems.
Yeah.
Glenn is a very tough player, of course, but he's past his prime.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going back to the English news site quickly because...
So Mark Andrea, congratulations to him, basically. I don't see any way where he doesn't kind of make this
his tournament, yeah.
Against the guy who's in bottom position. I think that's almost impossible, basically. And congratulations to him, to Sophie as well, who of course all
yeah, she was leading for the longest time, I think.
Yeah.
After the first round, the second round, they played 3 games a day, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice one. Nice. It's always nice to talk with you about those things because you know so many players and you've visited them or you've met them before, and that is Almira, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Onto those guys. Any last article from you, or?
I think we call it a day because that was quite nice, good insight, and some interesting games we even were looking at. What is coming up next in the chess world except the no castling in July? Are there any?
We've got the no castling, and we've got another leg of the the Meltwater Chess Tour, which is the FTX Cup, actually sponsored by FTX, which is a leading cryptocurrency exchange.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Yes,
yeah, that's another thing which is interesting right now, momentarily. As far as I read, Bitcoin went a little bit down. Things like that.
It had a bit of a, as they say, a correction. It recovered very quickly, and I think that there's a good chance that we see some big moves again. So
that would be good.
Now is certainly better than buying a week ago.
Lawrence, what about you? So let's take a look at the world. It looks a little bit as if we're really getting, I wouldn't say winning, but COVID is slowly fading a little bit away, right? We're vaccinating, where there's more over-the-board tournaments again. So the question is, when is your next over-the-board tournament happening? Oh no. Then you were gone out of this. Sorry. Oh no, my internet connection is unstable right now. Why is that happening? Anyway, sorry, I was asking you, when is your next over-the-board tournament?
Yeah, so my next one is basically probably in something like August, as far as I can tell. So I don't know exactly.
When do you start preparing for something which will happen in August?
Probably very, very soon. It's already May, June, July, August. 3 months. Basically very soon. I'm going to start So that's going to be. But I want to be vaccinated, and I was supposed to receive the call, and I didn't. So I'm not going to do anything until I'm vaccinated. Basically,
Annoying.
it's very annoying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but a couple of more weeks. Come on, guys. We can do it.
I
I'm
know.
I
I know.
think we will manage pretty well. We've done pretty well so far, of course, and yeah. Then there will be much more chess over the board again. Can't wait. I will go into a chess club, of course, too,
Yeah.
because since I visited Hamburg, I haven't been going to a chess club yet, of course.
Me neither.
So have to think of like which chess club I want to join. Are you? Did you play? You played in chess clubs too, right?
Yeah, I used to play in chess clubs all the time. I mean, at the moment, I'm actually registered with Norderstedt. In that's my team, Norderstedt from Hamburg.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so we were in the Bundesliga a few years ago, about 3 years ago. We got relegated, then we got relegated again. So we've been in the Bundesliga twice, and I've been with the team for like 5, 6 years now.
Huh.
I
Wow.
really like the team. They're a very nice group of guys, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some more with them. So yeah,
It'll happen.
I hope so.
Okay, everybody out there who's listening to our show. First of all, quickly, thank you so much for your nice comments on YouTube. Really appreciate it. I'm very happy. We got a couple of nice comments that this is like their weekly doses already, and you're enjoying the show. We're very glad that this is the case, and we hope we entertain you week by week or almost every week by week with our chess news. And yeah, I hope to see all of you guys next week. Wishing you a lovely weekend. You too, Lawrence. As always, super much fun.
Yes, it was.
And yeah, that's it. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, guys. Take care.